Welcome back to Living 808. People magazine calls her the most famous woman in China, which also happens to be the title of her recently released book. She has been in the media, having produced a TV series that reached over 400 million people per week. More importantly, she made some Ono food on a past episode of Sam Choi's in the Kitchen, and here to tell us all about her journey and all about her new book, Yusai Khan joins us. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, good to see you again. You look fabulous, by the way.
I do? I try to wear something simple so that I don't clash with the Christmas.
No, this is great. I'm so glad that you're here. Your new book,
yes,
fabulous, called The Most Famous Woman in China. Why that title? Great picture of you, by the way, too.
You know, I have another biography in Chinese. And this book in Chinese is called Be a Pioneer. But in Chinese, I'm writing for an audience that knows me very, very well.
Yeah.
Because, you know, since everyone in China knows who I am. But when I decided to do an English version of my biography, by the way, the book is a little different from the Chinese one.
Yeah.
The stories are the same, but the way we present the story is different because the audience is different, not the audience, the readers are different.
Okay.
So we decided to, my publisher says that you've got to have a book that has a much more intriguing name because your audience or your readers will not know who you are. So we decided on this, and this was, I did not call myself the most famous woman in China. People magazine.
Yes.
Yeah. But the more important, John, is it's not the name. You can be very famous very easily, right? You can go naked around Ala Moana Center for an hour. You'll be very, very famous around the world. But what I'm saying is that the words right underneath it, read it for me.
Yeah.
The words right underneath the title.
And how she did it.
How she did it is the story.
Okay.
How I did it is the story, you know, because especially when I became very famous, it was a China that was just barely opened.
Yeah.
You know, today, you talk about China being the second largest economy in the world and all that, but when I first started working in China, almost 40 years ago, China was the poorest, and I mean poorest, possible country in the world in those days. I remember I got there at Christmas time, and the entire Beijing was covered with cabbage. Now you might ask me, why is that the trucks are full of cabbage? You look up, the balconies of their houses are all full of cabbage, and they're stocking them up. You know why?
Why is that?
Well, why? Because throughout the entire winter, that was the only green vegetable to eat. I mean, today, of course, China is amazing. They have so many different foods to eat. You know, that is really a very, very big difference in 40 years. So my story is happening in those years. So I thought to myself, well, you know, it is, even if you're reading it like history, I think might be very interesting because I'm Chinese American. I'm an American woman.
Tell me about, because we've been watching your social media. Tell me about this series called One World.
Series that explains culture to each other. You have to understand, the world is really in a terrible state, right? People fear each other, people hate each other, there's so much uncertainty in the world. I think most of that is because of the fact that we don't know each other very well. And the fact that we don't know each other very well, I said to myself, what can we do? Media business.
Yeah.
You know, I think that it would be a very good idea for us to use media to actually explain cultures to people so that people don't feel so fearful of each other and so antagonistic towards each other. So, you know, I've done a lot of segments on Hawaii, because I live here a part of the time. So I love it. You know, I even did a goat yoga. You presented it.
Yes.
Have you been to the goat yoga?
No, I have never been to goat yoga. No.
Yeah, well,
I want to know though, because you brought it up, how is your stay here in Hawaii kind of?
I love it.
Yeah.
You know that I came here for college, right? I'm very grateful for Hawaii.
BYU Hawaii, yes.
Yeah. I'm very grateful because if it weren't for BYU Hawaii, I would never have had the experience of going to college. I would never have been able to afford it. I was about 14 in Hong Kong when I became a member of the church. And one day the elders came to me and said, would you like to go to college in America? Now, John, in those days, going to college in America, it was Very big deal. Of course, my family being not very wealthy, we could not really afford it. But BYU made it possible for me. I got a scholarship to work in a library. I was teaching piano and a cash scholarship to help me to pay for a
done
final
it
debt.
all. You really have.
I work hard.
Do you talk about all of that in this book?
Yeah.
Where can we find this book?
Amazon. That's the cheapest place to buy the book.
Amazon.
And they
There you
also ship it to you for free, but cheaper than what I can buy.
Give me your website of the foundation.
Yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. It's Yusai Khan, One World Foundation, just one word. You go there, and I want you to subscribe. We just have had 4 episodes only. It's over 2 million people can subscribe to it. The first episode that I did on Hawaii called Taro Farm, and that one got almost 800,000 viewers. You must go in there to see it.
Can you tag me? I'm looking for likes on my Instagram.
Of course, we'll do that.
Thank you so much for stopping
You're
by,
so
and
welcome.
happy holidays.
Yeah.
And good
To
luck
you
with the
too.
book. Available on Amazon, and we'll have the foundation website on our website, kh12.com. Go to the Living 808 tab shortly after the show. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you, John.
Appreciate it.